between OrcWorker and HawK here in the lower bracket semifinal. Still a best of 3.
I think a Turtle Rock ban here for HawK would make sense. Such a nice map for Orc in general. Pretty much anywhere.
Could be good for like tower rushes early on if it's close position, but since he had close position yesterday already, he shouldn't bet on that at all.
Would be quite the gamble. By the way, like our earlier qualifier, we have good diversity in races, aside from Undead, who didn't make it through. But other than that, looking good.
Yeah, 2 orcs, 1 human, 1 night elf. I think Cash is suggesting Firelord rifle push to HawK. I don't think he should rely on that too much. Cash faced OrcWorker yesterday already in a 2-1 in an Orc Mirror. Was a really cool series.
OrcWorker really? A cool Orc Mirror? Or are you just trying to sell the VODs?
No. I mean, they're for free, so we can't sell them. But, I mean, very close fights in general, with Cash having the upper hand.
Yeah, I've seen some people writing in chat that nowadays in Orc Mirror, sometimes they go tier 3.
Yes.
Which was news to me.
Yeah, we saw tier 3 a lot. The Kodo Aura, I think, is the biggest point of that.
And I guess if you're there, the Orb of Lightning should also be pretty good.
That's true. For picking up units, it's always nice.
And getting rid of the Spirit Link and all that.
So, we need HawK to veto 1 more map. There's a lot of Russian talking going on here between the players.
Seem to be having a good time.
Yeah, everybody's smiling and laughing.
Until the games begin, Neo. Then there's no more smiles, no more friends. Then we're all enemies. And
yeah, since the stakes are so much higher this time. Last time, I think you could be pretty relaxed if you're a good player in those tournaments because the top 2 went to Shanghai. This time, it's all about winning it. And yeah, HawK is taking a sweet time, man. Yesterday already as well, against Sonic, it took forever for him to ban and pick. Okay, he got it. Last refuge.
LR, what?
We called it his former hometown, but it is Last Refuge. So we're down with Amazonia, Echo Isles, and he leaves Turtle Rock in.
All right.
Interesting. Okay, OrcWorker has the pick, and he decides that our first match is going to be played on AZ. This leaves Echo Isles and Turtle Rock open for map 2 and 3. So, what do you think? Who has the better maps here now?
I think AZ is pretty good for human because of the AM's ability to get level 3. I think so much of this matchup revolves around how well the AM gets level 3 and how well the MK will be able to creep up as well. And I think that's also pretty good on AZ. For Echo, honestly, I see it quite a bit more difficult for human. Of course, there's always the opportunity for a fast expansion, but that doesn't seem to be HawK's style anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
And then TR last. That just seems like the better Orc map to me.
Close position, man. I mean, it's a big gamble, but it's possible. So we're in the game. Echo Isles first. Okay, he has the wrong map. So it was, of course, AZ first.
But maybe it's HawK's pick and not OrcWorker? No.
No, they're closing it now.
Never mind.
So, Foggy and Cash will follow this up from the winner bracket final. We have our schedule here. HawK versus OrcWorker. There we go. As a start in the lower bracket semi-final. Afterwards, we're down to 3 players, and the winner bracket will be played afterwards. Okay, now we have the right map. You're in, right? Yes, we are. Nice. So, we present to you the players of this match. Russia versus the Belarus. Both are 27 years old. T1 versus Orc. Obviously. HawK's biggest accomplishment to date, WEC bronze medal back then. That was the first tournament that we ever casted in English, and that was the last, as you mentioned before, last offline appearance from Cash. Lots of human mirrors back then, and he was really good in that. Look at the percentage, man. 75% win rate of HawK versus OrcWorker. He got his number. There was a long time in Jera Cups where OrcWorker, when he got really good, there was always OrcWorker versus HawK in the quarter and semifinals. And HawK always won that. That was a bit of a shame. OrcWorker's biggest accomplishment is a runner-up at WCA Qualifiers 2016 as he lost to Foggy after a great run through the winner bracket back then. But not anymore. Loser bracket time it is, thanks to Cash, who defeated him 2-1. And I think the stage is set for our players. And here we go into the Western Qualifier lower bracket semifinal.
Alrighty then. How is HawK gonna play this? HawK seems to be in general favoring one base play. Of course, on AZ, you cannot expand against Orc. That is absolutely impossible. But what I'm talking about here is the tower rush. Are we gonna see a tower rush from the Russian? I don't think so, but maybe because he's not known for it, that might be a decent choice here. If you go for a tower rush, you want to have level 3 Archmage, and that is easier here than it is on many other maps, because you're gonna get level 2 gifted to you pretty quickly with the lab plus green camp creep. Even, I think it was today, who was it? It was some human who even went for the kobolds first with the militia, so running out pretty far. That's not quite level 2, but that leaves a lot of creeps left later, which you can do without militia. That's also, so you basically, there's a lot of interesting creep routes. You can even go for the merchant first, but no matter what route you choose, you get a lot of experience, and then you can grab up the little remaining pieces from out across the map. Of course, that doesn't mean you have to go for Tower Rush, but if you wanna, that's gonna help. But in general, level 3 AM is absolutely necessary. Level 3 Blade Master is very nice and very strong, but not absolutely necessary. Oh. So HawK's early game progress here is going to be important.
I think for the Blade Master in general, there are a lot of small items to be picked up. Well, not a 1 burrow check, by the way. There is a claw here. There is a tier 1 permanent one here. And you go into these spots here for the Berserkers. They are, with little time, a lot of progress to be made in terms of inventory. So this is something that OrcWorker might be going for, since we see double burrow before the tech. So more grunts, more creeping. Gets the last hit here. And the first circle of the game is his to take as well, as HawK is going for Gloves of Haste and level 2 for him. Cloak of Shadows can be nice to get rid of the Blade Master and hide from the Blade Master, who sold his TP right away. And now there's the tech. Was it? Yeah, there's the tech.
Yeah, and as you said, a 2 burrow tech, that is pretty unusual nowadays, especially in the Chinese and Asian scene. But OrcWorker will choose to go for more grunts early. If you face a tier 2 tower rush, that can be really problematic, because your tier 2 obviously is going to be later, so are your buildings. And then keeping them alive against a Beastmaster can be so much trouble. But maybe he just puts him on a Mountain King and on no pressure at all, and then he shouldn't be too much punished for this.
Ooh, but OrcWorker is really afraid of a tower push, as it seems. Super early Warmill.
Okay.
Right after the second grunt. He does have the resources for the next grunt, though. So he's not delaying additional units for it too much. But no items for him at the moment. And he's running around, but can't accomplish too much.
Yeah, scouting here is a little bit late, and the grunt who scouts gets ensnared. Oh no.
Yeah, we've seen this yesterday already. He can try to chop down the water elemental, but this one is definitely gonna go down. Can he get a double surround? No, he actually fights through this, and he's lucky that the answer doesn't hit him again.
He actually gets out of there with a grunt, and that was a missed opportunity by HawK. There were so many footies standing around. He certainly could have gone for a surround, but I guess he thought the damage was going to be sufficient without the surround, but that was incorrect. And that's a lucky break for OrcWorker. And oh no, he gets ensnared again. This time though,
I doubt that he can run away this time. Yeah. Don't lose grunts in your early game. He denied it, right?
Now, he tried to deny, but yeah, Archmage had the good counterplay.
Ah, alright.
So he didn't quite get it. Blade Master gets level 2. That is important.
Orc Tech is slightly ahead from the humans still, even though he went for the 2-row attack, and he gets another pickup here. Grunts are healthy again thanks to the selves. And yeah, critical strike is there, but the inventory is still abysmal with only one circlet. On the other side we have mantle, we have boots, we have a cloak can be used, dust of appearance as well. So HawK's investing into his equipment quite a bit, and he got a Tome of Intelligence as well, so a little boost with that too. Here is Bestiary and Spirit Lodge, the Shadow Hunter second, so standard play for OrcWorker.
Alright, footies are close to the tavern. Is this gonna be a Beastmaster? Would come as a surprise to me. And we're gonna find out now. No, it is the MK. We said before, HawK is fairly predictable, and he will remain predictable here.
But I like this Archmage movement, getting level 3 here from the rogues, and sniping this. Usually this is the Shadow Hunter spot for sure, but getting rid of that experience denies him level 2 for quite a bit, and that means denies heal wave, which is very nice if you come in with an early push. And speaking of pushes, level 2 Water Elemental summoned in the maze, in the base, Spirit Lodge gone.
Here's the SH though, so Hex is available. Uh-oh! Is this Archmage in trouble? Should definitely have the time for a TP, or does he want to save it? That might be a little dangerous because there's going to be another Hex here, and we're going to have another one after. I think he has a TP here. This is just too dangerous.
Yes. There is a shop, so he didn't skip on that. He can heal up with Scrolls of Regeneration. But this was quite good. Got his level 3, so he's set for everything that's coming in the mid game. Delayed the Spirit Link and Dispel. And since the thing that orcs fear the most is slow, getting rid of Dispel for quite a bit is really nice.
Yeah. And now, as I said before, AZ pretty good for creeping up the MK. You can go to the Merchant, you can go to the Kobolds, to the next, and it's going to be a level 2 and a bit. Oh, but he's looking to be aggressive, expecting OrcWorker down here, and he's absolutely right. The Bell of Giant Strength isn't going to help him too much now, and so many of these grunts are hurt. We have a Hex on the MK, delaying the Stormbolt, but it's going to come out, and here we go. Going for the Berserker, not for the grunts. That's an easy kill. The AM in a bit of trouble, but he should get away.
He doesn't have boots anymore. He swapped it over to the Mountain King to be able to chase better with Stormbolt, but there's the Sorceress, and that's definitely the save if he uses slow on the first hero of OrcWorker. Does so now, but yeah, he needs the heal scroll or priest support soonish.
There was some really nice game sense there by HawK. Most people, when going for the MK, would just start creeping there, but he thought, I just TP'd out down there right next to his Merc camp. It's pretty damn likely that he's going to be down there and creeping it himself. And he was absolutely right on the money. Very well done.
Yeah, it's sometimes very hard to get the Mountain King up to a decent level against an aggressive orc. If he has Ensnare and Hex, he can run you down and snipe some good units, and then you don't have the time for creeping that much. But he's already level 2. Shadow Hunter takes his sweet time. Blade Master's not level 3 as well, so he can't roam around with the Blade Master and try to snatch experience from the human. So that's gonna be fairly easy level 3 for him, despite being on AZ.
Yep. Absolutely, but the next step is gonna... wait a minute, the Kobolds are still there, so yeah, that's a super easy level 3. And this MK is having a really good time. And the SH is still struggling to get to level 3. This might be enough here with his Merchant.
Yeah, he sends the blade away, so it should be enough. Sasquatch is giving a lot.
And as we oftentimes have the case on AZ, this Blade Master is not scary.
Totally underwhelming in this inventory. Belt of Giant Strength, but what's that gonna do? Nothing. I'm still... is it gonna be level 3 or not?
So close.
No, 7 XP. And if there's a fight now, level 2 Stormbolt, level 2 Water Elementals, Priests are there, a few Sorcerers are there. This could be hard for OrcWorker.
Finding one footy kill early shouldn't be too hard though, if he commits for it with like an Ensnare and a Backstab.
HawK, your game sense was so good, but he doesn't anticipate that. OrcWorker could be aggressive here. Engage with the speed scroll. Does have a heal scroll and a Kodo beast, so it's not that. It's pretty good. Ah, but he calls militia. Nice distraction there to get the renegade, and the item is Boots of Kalpala. So it's good that the Blade Master didn't get it.
Absolutely. Here we go. That is one kill. Double level up for OrcWorker. That's a big deal. Must be crit level 2. Yeah, we can see it here with 165. The walkers are totally out of position. If you could snipe them quickly, that would be really nice for the human. And this fight is all over the place. One of the raiders here is in trouble, is getting saved nicely. And the heal wave on the walker, man, that was so valuable. With the ethereal form, the militia duration is over. The casters need to reposition, but the Stormbolt is so strong right now. He's going to have one more after this, and only one heal wave is left.
True that. What is he going for, though? Nothing at the moment. That was the last heal wave. The Kodo Beast is still there. HawK is retreating. Everything is slowed for OrcWorker. Can he do more damage? He gets definitely a lot more experience from those Pastons. Only one breaker there. Dispel on all of the casters here.
But no raiders, no ensnare, only a couple of grunts, so it's pretty easy to micro against this. And the speed scroll out will have to come from OrcWorker.
No real winner, I would say.
No, it was pretty even, right?
Yes. Traded back and forth. Both close to 50 supply. There is a footman in the Kodo, but that's just 2 supply. Not too much experience. It's now time for the natural expansion creep spots with the big items, and especially the big mana potion would be a game changer on either side. Invul potion, also nice against the blade. Mana potion already on the Shadow Hunter, so if he finds a second one, that is so much healing. Yesterday we saw, was it OrcWorker with 700 mana on his Shadow Hunter? I think so. Potion of Invulnerability. Yes, it was the game against Effect. It was pretty crazy.
But I think this creeping phase here, this delay creeping phase, favors the human. Because level 4 Archmage, that was a good upgrade. Level 4 MK, well, it's a little better. But especially the Aura level 2 helps him so much. Whereas the Blade Master reaching level 4, he already has a level 2 crit. And he's not gonna be reliant on a quick Windwalk anymore, because the map is pretty much crapped up. The Sentry Wards, though, here are really nice for workers seeing HawK moving down now, and he is in upkeep. The Russian human.
Okay, does he have scrolls? There's an Invul potion on both heroes. On the other side, also no scrolls, but the Shadow Hunter is there for healing anyway. Will this be a better formation at the fight? Looks like the Breakers do create a little blocker line, but the Raiders are still able to snatch the casters. Good opening, but ooh, the Blade Master is in trouble. He wants to get rid of the big Invul potion as soon as possible. Level 4 for him now, and there is the Invul.
Clarity running in the back for the SH. He hits his level 4. He also has a mana potion. But the Blade Master, we see a crit here, but it's 135. It's like not all that scary. The Kodo Beast also did not get to eat. And this Invul is over right now. He doesn't have Spirit Link either. Disenchant against the slow. But that means also no link for him. And the Raiders, man, they're dying so quickly to this levels 2 Stormbolt. He still has 2 more to use. And of course, with the Aura, gonna get more and more and more and more. Here comes the Invul. He thought the Blade Master might be going in the next Stormbolt. These Raiders, man, they're just melting away. A lot of walkers, though, means basically no water elemental support. And the MK's Invul, once it's over, he might be in a bit of trouble. But yeah, he wants the next Raider, I thought, but no, keeps the Blade Master at bay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Now his Berserker falls, but he trades it against the Raider. That's always nice. That was the second last Stormbolt. He has one more, and I think he should throw it on the Blade Master, but ooh. Really close, that Windwalk, dodging it with it, but this Grunt is definitely dead. And OrcWorker seems to be in trouble now. The experience bars should be favoring the human. It's very, very close, though. Nice and close game to start off the second day of the Western Qualifier, for sure.
I feel the same way. It's everything's still up for grabs. This game is far from over. I wonder if Worker is perhaps a little heavy on the walkers. 5 is a lot.
Forces are under attack.
There's priests coming. Yeah, there was a lot of gold for HawK now to be invested into items. OrcWorker had to reproduce a lot of stuff for his army. Clarity is running again. He used the mana potion on his Shadow Hunter, so ideally he has to rebuy it too. Archmage has an Invul. Mountain King has an Invul. He's not investing into heal scrolls, interestingly. Neither does the Orc.
Not even a Regent scroll.
Yeah.
Instead, he goes into upkeep right away again. Oh, the red camp. If this could be grabbed up by OrcWorker, this would be awesome, but the timing is not going to be quick enough here as HawK is moving in, expecting this as well. Oh, with the ensnare, but there's going to be a nasty clap here most likely, and the Stormbolt again, so much damage. He needs to keep these raiders alive. He only has 2. He needs the ensnare to work, and he also needs the Kodo to eat this time. But oh my god, this damage from the Stormbolt. And now he has to fight against the creeps as well. Horrible position for OrcWorker. May have to disengage here with a speed scroll. Moving in again with a Blade Master backstrap into crit. We'll quickly get rid of one of these breakers almost, but more and more raiders are falling here. Water Elementals will be getting disenchanted pretty quickly with all the walkers that we have. But where's the Spirit Link? Can he even go for it anymore? There's so many breakers to steal it. And now the front line almost entirely gone with another raider falling, and a Stormbolt should be cooling down here. Doesn't even need it for the last raider. Can use it for the blade now.
Archmage is getting close to level 5 for the Blade Master as well. The Blade Master gets a lot of kills here, and they're still working on the spell break, and OrcWorker is doing way better than I thought he would do. That was the final raider though, but the Kodo is still there for the upgrades, and it's magic damage versus magic damage basically, but so much stuff on HawK's side, but he has to be careful. Oh, this grunt is dead for sure. He has to be careful, never overcommit against Hex and Blade Master damage. So, OrcWorker licking his wounds, mass raider production once again, but he needs to find some kind of a solution against his raider losses all the time.
It's so difficult though when we're so late into the game, where there's so many breakers, because when you can make sure that the raiders don't lose the Spirit Link all the time, they are fairly tanky, but he has how many? 5? Breakers now with basically full mana.
Level 5 on the Blade Master though.
That's good.
Nice steal. The rest of the Orc army is not coming in just yet. But there is a speed scroll on the Shadow Hunter. I'm pretty sure about that. Yes, there is, but it's on cooldown. So the Granite Golem is still up for grabs. He of course knows that the Blade Master is around now. The army is a little slow, but the Blade Master damage has to make up for it.
Finally the Kodo gets to eat. The Water Elementals are already dead, and that's level 5 for the SH. That is so much more healing now, and of course we just lost the level 5 for the Blade Master, but the Stormbolt after Stormbolt. Heatwave plus Spirit Link will keep this raider alive for a little while, but only for so long as the MK is moving forward, and once he gets to level 5, that's another big upgrade. Oh, the Heatwave just a split second too late! As the Stormbolt finds the kill here before, we have quite a significant supply lead now for the human player, and he seems to be bleeding him dry with another kill. That's a level 5 for the AM. Doesn't have the mana at the moment for a new elemental, and again the Orc has to disengage with the Scroll of Speed.
He might be able to get this one Walker. No, he can't. And the Blade Master still, even with level 3 crit, absolutely underwhelming.
Seriously, this is very unfortunate, the items he was only able to find here.
And now he needs to buy some time for raiders. Without Ensnare, he doesn't have control, but HawK is pushing forward, maybe to win map 1 here. Water Elemental with 900 HP summoned. He needs a lot of Dispel against that, or it's gonna be a lot of damage. He gets rid of the first Walker. No save for the heal scroll. Well done. Blade Master's going crazy now. He didn't skill crit level 3 in the past fight.
I think he does have crit level 3, right? Otherwise,
now he does, but the last time he didn't.
But even if he gets to crit, like, what other stuff in his army is really relevant? We have the level 3 Stormbolt now. That is so much damage. He's out of mana now. Oh man, but this is so much human stuff. Everything is Spirit Link here for him in the back line. The Ensnares will find some kills, but now the Kodo returns the Breaker.
Oh, and the damage aura is gone. That's massive. 10% damage just out the window. And HawK is cleaning the floor, is wiping the floor with the rest of OrcWorker's army. He has to hope for 1,000,000 crits in a row now. But on the other side, of course, we have bashes. And the focused fire from this tiny little magic damage does end up at the end. Mountain King level 5 as well. Stormbolt's hurled really bad, and it's only 5 mana away from the next one, and then it's another Raider falling. And less control. Oh, nice heal wave though, anticipating this.
And now the Water Elementals can't be dispelled anymore, and so much damage, so much HP as well to chew through. The SH has Clarity running. He's trying his best here to save his buddies, but he doesn't seem to be quick enough anymore with the healing. The Blade Master, he has completely been left untouched. Oh, now going for the Archmage. Might this be the one opportunity to drive him back from the base, to buy yourself a little bit more time? But there's Invis, and there's nothing against it.
There's Invis, and there is an Invul potion if he absolutely needs to. OrcWorker's heroes look really, really solid, but that's about it. The army is crumbling. and only Blade Master and only Shadow Hunter, even on level 5, seem not to be able to win this constant slow, no dispel, water elementals reigning over the Orc base here.
I think this is unrecoverable. 2 crits in a row, they look nice, he gets another kill. Maybe? Uh-oh, Blade Master in trouble, he's revealed, he's tanking damage. The SH can't reach because the Raider's blocking the way. Heal him! Heal him! He doesn't have the mana. He has it now.
The Raider falls, and now it's going against the Orc Burrows to keep him supply stuck and improve your advantage that you have. And this is such easy kills with all the magic damage that you have. Everything is healing up in the back as well. OrcWorker calls for the GG and HawK is taking the lead.
Wow. HawK actually with fewer points in the end game screen, which of course doesn't really matter too much. But it was a very even game between the two. Just HawK once towards the end of the game there grabbed the advantage and never let it go. Well played though by both.
Yeah, that's true. HawK's always trading a little bit better, and especially after I think the second fight, that was really clear that HawK has the advantage because OrcWorker was investing like 600 gold into Raiders and Walkers, while HawK could go for items. There was 2 invo potions, and that made that got rid of the option of OrcWorker to go for a hero kill. And as you saw, he always attacked the units. He left the heroes alone the entire time, especially the Archmage, usually a very valid target. Couldn't do anything against it. And that is why it added up, and HawK won map 1.
And thank you very much to Kebab87 subbing for the first time during that game. Welcome here.
I would love to know if he's the old Dota player. So if you're the old Dota player, let me know.
And then you can play some Dota with Neo.
No, we casted Dota together with Nice Try back then.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I think he was in Clan Diamonds or something. DMZ. They had a Warcraft team as well.
Way back when.
Way back when. Map 2 is... I will present it to you shortly. I see we have the map select here. Echo Isles is OrcWorker's choice. So if he wins now, of course, HawK gets... what is left again? Turtle Rock. Interesting choice then.
Yeah, I think honestly that was the best human map to start with. AZ. Especially when it comes to the Blade Master. We are not gonna see such a weak blade again for the remainder of this series. Echo Isles, of course, the dream map to start pimping your blade. I wonder, of course, Tower Rush. Is this gonna be in the cards this time? We said before, not really HawK's style necessarily, but obviously a human player of this caliber can play a Tower Rush, and Echo Isles one of the more prominent maps for it.
True that. Echo Isles also opens up the option to go for an expansion, triple sanctum play, you know, the Neo Bingo. I say this...
Oh yeah, that's right. That's also in the Neo Bingo.
That's also in the Neo Bingo because I still think it's almost impossible to counter, but HawK is not a guy to go for that. But what HawK might go for is Blizzard later. We saw it yesterday from Effect, and if HawK saw those games, then he might think, okay, against an OrcWorker in the shape of yesterday, I should not do that. Because the reaction of Worker with the end snares against the channeling spell Archmage was crazy fast. It was even pointed out in readmore.de comments, and that's very rare that players get praised there for specific actions. But he deserved it yesterday for sure.
All right. I expect, once again, MK map control kind of game from HawK. And
Blood Mage is also an option, maybe? He was a fan of a Blood Mage for quite some time.
I haven't seen him be too successful against Orc, though, in a while. But of course, always a possibility. Absolutely. What I keep asking myself is, what happened to the Orc tier 2 aggression? Like, everyone nowadays is creeping up to level 3 SH before they do anything. And I keep wondering, isn't that giving the MK too much freedom? Of course, they
Yeah.
must know better than me, but I know that at least in the past it worked. Oftentimes, when MK was the choice, he fell flat because he wasn't given the space to get to level 3. And that is the weakness and the strength of the hero. On level 3, super strong. Before, pretty underwhelming.
We mentioned it on AZ already, right? That the Mountain King had a lot of time and a good position to creep with, as OrcWorker had to creep up himself, and especially since he was so aggressive with his Blade Master early on that he had to creep Shadowhunter and Blade Master at the same time for a bit, and that opens up the door wide open for the Mountain King then. This time it's a one burrow tech, by the way.
Yep, exactly. Oh, nice block from the Grunt here. Will net him a footy kill. That's pretty well done. Is he gonna lose too much time here and lose the burrows in the back? One of them will have to get cancelled. But the other one is safe to come up, so he can make more grunts. AM hitting level 2, and I must say here, this aggressive play out of HawK surprises me a little bit. Losing a footy here, perhaps unnecessarily, but with all the spears coming from the burrows, thanks to the peons, this will now be defended pretty easily. Very Chinese play out of HawK.
I think it's kind of logic to go for that, since the one burrow tech is so greedy, but I think the counter from Orc is all ready to go for 2 burrows at the same time, so one of them will most likely come through. That was the problem for Effect yesterday. Nice deny on that Water Elemental, not feeding the Blade Master. Effect tried it too, was a little successful with it, and couldn't get into the mid-game too well. Echo Owl's level 3 is so easy, but he's still running around with a level 2 Archmage. But as long as you keep the Blade Master from level 3, I think that should be fine, since you creep a lot in the mid-game.
Yeah, sometimes we see the Archmage like moving around on the bottom side of the map, trying to go for the Murlocs, hoping he doesn't get found by the Blade. Who is now looking towards the Ogre Magi. We all know this creep, pretty easy to make work. Buying a second circlet as well, by the way. We also have gloves in the marketplace. But he won't be grabbing those up. No claws of attack yet, which I'm pretty sure he would have purchased.
Yeah, good old so-called tactics. Big invul potion. And the harass of HawK continues. And this Warmill seems to be available. But he has to be careful. Once the Shadowhunter comes out, then there's Hex, and the Archmage will be in trouble. Is the duration long enough? Is the damage high enough to get rid of the Warmill?
I don't think so. No. And especially with the AM now, 250 HP, that is where it gets really scary against an SH. And yeah, he has to run away. So, and he's creeping with footies and militia simultaneously the Merc Camp. That's pretty cool.
Pendant of Energy here for him. 1 more Water Elemental for free, or 2 more Storm Bolts for free. Plus bigger mana gain if you use a potion if you drop the pendant, but of course that's theory. Good thing for OrcWorker compared to AZ is the Lodge is coming up. The Beastry is coming up. HawK is not in a position at all to harass the upcoming buildings now. He was a little too early.
Only going for 2 grunts, by the way. I'm pretty sure we're going to see more later, but for now, he wanted to get the Bestiary and Lodge as quickly as possible. Also, the Berserker, who I like much more in this matchup than against Undead. Oh, and the Claws, +9. He's starting to stack.
Exactly the opposite inventory compared to the AZ game. +13 already. Level 2 crits. I don't know, on Echo Isles you can go for Windwalk. It's a bigger map than AZ is. But here comes HawK with the Mountain King again. No Blood Mage.
Nice Peon Scout here.
Yeah.
Is this level 3 for the AM? With that, he might even want to think about being aggressive, but that's so weird. That's level 3. But do you really want to go into the Orc space with a level 1 MK? No, you don't.
Especially since he will creep up to level 2 Shadowhunter now. But OrcWorker is expecting him there to grab the rest of the experience for the Mountain King. It does take some time, so Stealing Magpie comes in. Can he grab some experience? Doesn't look like it. He will be countered by a Stormbolt immediately. This Water Elemental is kind of interesting, maybe?
It's quite a bit of experience.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to reveal his position yet. Did he get an invul on the SH? Nope. Oh, he has a lightning shield on the SH.
Yeah.
Could this come into play?
It could. Hex on the Mountain King. Here comes Critical Strike, and there's nothing to save him at the moment except if he swaps the Town Portal. But it looks like this MK is dead soon. Windwalk, and There we go. Boom. Backstab, literally. But he gets it surrounded the Shadow Hunter as well. Both second heroes will be falling. Can he pop him out somehow? Get an Invo Potion. There's an Invo Potion. Nice save by OrcWorker with 40 HP. And now it looks kind of bad. Everything is dwindling though. A heal scroll would be magnificent, but no.
And the Blade Master, how many more kills can he find here? Sorceresses are coming in, making this a little dangerous, but he surrounds the Archmage! And that will have to be the TP. He's gonna give up his Berserker, but it's totally worth it. Oh! Actually, the Ethereal Walker dies to the casters. There's one Hex ready, and one Windwalk. This Archmage has to be careful.
Boy, there is a town portal, but of course if you're hexed, you can't go for that. Lightning Shield being used now. He does have a Windwalk, but he's slowed now. So this Lightning Shield was kind of wasted.
But the slow is gonna wear off. He only had one Sork. And yeah, slow is gone. And now Blade Master is king of this battlefield.
Mountain King is back though, speaking of kings. The return of the king. But yeah, letting that Shadow Hunter slip. Or...
He should definitely get the invul here.
Yeah,
the blade. Doesn't want to give it up. But actually, getting a little greedy here, looking for more creeps. Tome of Experience would be awesome for his level 3 here. Level 4, I mean.
Though.
Not quite.
Mountain King getting level 2. Effect played with Clap Blizzard yesterday. I think HawK is going... Yeah, I think HawK is going for Bash though. Because I think the single target works a little better than the Clap Blizzard combo. Kurubi's almost dying there, getting healed up now, which is absolutely necessary.
Forces are under attack.
Blade Master, one creep kill here is the level 4. And he would love to get the one Nightcrawler. I never know which one carries the item, but I'm pretty sure the orcs do.
Yeah, they are running around like crazy, so you can't distinguish them anymore. Go level 4.
May not have gotten the item, but still, important level up. Was only a ring anyways. And the SH is level 3. Dude, if I'm the orc here, I'm feeling so comfortable. He even gets the invul and the scroll of healing in the shop in the middle.
Big.
Shop control obviously coming into play here. Big on Echo.
Next chance for a Tome of Experience at the Nightcrawler. It is the Tome of Experience. SH or Blade Master? Where do you get it? I think Blade Master, right?
Gives it to the SH, interestingly.
Okay. Both going for the turtles.
A player's forces are
We have
under
Breakers and Invis upgrade for the Sorks coming in the main. No tier 3 for OrcWorker as well. Just more units and the Dispel upgrade pretty late, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Spirit Link is the priority, so it's alright.
Especially Yumiko really liked getting Initiate on his priest, so he doesn't have to rely on Spell Steal to get rid of the Spirit Link. I think that's more of a Chinese thing, though. As we only have the priest here on Initiate.
Yeah, I mean Dispel on the walkers, not on the priest. That is only coming up now.
Yeah, I know. But also for the priest, this is sometimes relevant. But yeah, more so for the Chinese, perhaps.
Level 4 and 3. This is the crucial levels for HawK. Level 2 Brilliance Aura and Stormbolt level 2. What does the shop have to offer? Only a heal scroll, no invul. And last game on AZ, he got double invul on his heroes. And that was key, because it took away the hero focus ability from OrcWorker, which is even more dangerous in this game with a stacked Blade Master. And he ventures out to the marketplace, unique building that we only have on Echo Isles in the competitive map pool, and there is Claw +9 and Claw +6. Gets the +6, as it's not that expensive.
And keeps the ring, interestingly. Yeah. Does, of course, have quite a bit of value. The Blade Master will be taking a little bit of chip damage here and there, and with the addition of healing, every bit of damage mitigation is worth quite a bit.
He got one invul now, waiting for the heal scroll. Purchased by the Archmage here. Blade Master sees it though, with +19. With a Kodo, will be +23. Shadowhunter's level 4 though now as well.
HawK is in upkeep, and the Scout Peon for OrcWorker should be realizing this with units coming from the main. Is he gonna follow into upkeep? Not yet. He's getting the next burrow ready though.
Player's forces are
and the Blade Master continues a bit of solo creeping. If this guy with this inventory gets to level 5, that is super scary.
Yeah, that's gonna be 270 crits, I think. Even more. 250, 260 crits. Is normal then. Not the peak though. But is OrcWorker too greedy? He's breaking upkeep now. Got a little bit more gold out of his gold mine, not paying taxes into upkeep that early than HawK did. But he's ready, the Russian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 breakers. Invis on the Mountain King, but the Blade Master saw it, I think. It's nighttime though, so I'm not sure. But he sees the human coming and he can prepare for this.
A player's forces are under attack.
Only 3 walkers in this army, that is not too much, and we don't have any Spirit Link on the Orc forces, may just get stolen anyways. Militia coming in as well, the Water Elementals right next to each other, both get disenchanted. Kodo gets to eat as well, and the one breaker easily killed. There we see the first critical strike coming out, 222 already, with only level 2. More and more heat waves coming in, the MK already low HP, good fight for the Orc, but that is usually the case. Let's see if the human can turn it around. Here comes the invul from the Blade Master. More Storm Bolts towards the backline. The Spirit Walkers might get taken out here fairly quickly with only, after this one kill, would be 2 left and level 5 for the Blade. Alright. This is going to be the big damage coming in now with its 264 critical strike. And the next one right after, a 288. An OrcWorker with a supply lead now. But yeah, is the rubber band going to hit the Orc?
He's critting like crazy, but now he's lacking the red numbers. But there's Ensnare, Blade Master comes in. This is it. Hex and crit, and there it is. Second hero dead, and I think the follow-up will be the Archmage. No, he won't. Saved by the bell. GG, HawK and OrcWorker tied with 1-1. So it all comes down to the third map, and the loser is out. And we go onto Turtle Rock.
Alright. Very different game there. Of course, we can't put it all on the Blade Master. It's not that simple. It's only about inventory. The mid game there was very different, with a fight being looked for by OrcWorker much sooner, before the MK was really strong on level 1, taking out the MK so early. Almost getting a TP out of the Archmage there as well. And that's what I was talking about. When you have level 3 Blade Master early, MK is not level 3 yet. There's not so much slow to be worrying about. You can look for a lot of damage early on.
Totally agree. So, interesting map to decide the series on. Turtle Rock. Yesterday, I think we can't speculate unless we see the positions, I think. And that will be the case in a bit.
And OrcWorker will be breathing a sigh of relief, because we do not have close positions. We are completely cross positions, in fact. And yeah, this most likely will mean map control, MK play once again by HawK. This is a very unusual tower push map. If we should have seen it somewhere, it should have been on Echo, but that was of course not the case. And once again, you may not be able to purchase items here, but there's so many good ones to find for the Blade, so he should become a big threat once again.
That depends on how much time HawK will give him. The more time OrcWorker has to creep, the stronger he gets. It's not only that he can pimp his Blade Master, there's also a huge amount of items for the Shadow Hunter, Pendants of Energy, Mana Aura,
yeah. Greater Mana Potions.
Greater Mana Potions, exactly. That's the back of the turtle. That is consumable. So not only permanence, but also, especially if you're playing a lot of grunts, I think there's going to be a 2-burrow attack again. If you creep them with grunts, so easy. You can get a lot of consumables early on. And I think HawK cannot allow him to get that much time for creeping here on TR.
Yep. Obviously, there's a big upside to keep the Blade Master down. You can try to rush a level 3 AM pretty quickly, and then with that strength try to anchor your mid game. But as you said, that gives the Orc a lot of space. So you kind of have to pick your poison here. Do you want to get strong fast and also allow the Blade Master to get strong fast, or do you want to slow him down, but with that slow yourself down? That's a choice that HawK will have to make here.
They know it is cross positions now. Or at least they are on the opposite side of things. OrcWorker does have the gold for a second burrow. And I would be surprised if he goes for an attack immediately. But he doesn't spend it, so Kind of looks like a one burrow tech to
A
me.
player's forces are under attack.
They both start with the turtles, so OrcWorker not going for the greedy focus creep. Cloak of Shadows for HawK can be nice, of course. Slippers would be the best thing here. And he gets gauntlets, which is also decent-ish. So it is a one burrow tech. Interesting choice.
And a very aggressive stance from the Blade Master, like walking over immediately. Is he just gonna try to farm the turtles here?
A player's forces are under attack.
Probably. Grunt sees, okay, he's not here. HawK is doing some evasion creeping, and it works.
Town is under siege.
Getting level 2 almost for free here. OrcWorker still scouting, not finding anything. That's a lot of time for the Russian. And the Mantle of Intelligence rewards that.
It looks like he was expecting HawK to creep up the ogres first, the maulers, and then go for the turtles. But he was a little bit off, and now he even used the Scroll of Speed, not in time to find any last hits onto the creeps. The AM is level 2.
Forces are under attack.
What can he do with it? In the main base, one of the burrows is basically complete. The other one could perhaps be up for grabs.
I don't think he wanted to lose that much HP than he did on EI, where he was really aggressive and missed the timing for the tier 2 buildings. I think you can play this human style a bit like Night Elf versus Orc, where you go maybe for a Beastmaster second, or just with a level 3 Archmage to harass the buildings, but of course you need a lot of creeping, and the Blade Master will not allow that, as he's constantly keeping tabs on the peasants here. Boots of Speed for the Archmage. And since the Blade Master is far away and he knows that, he can go back into the base again.
Oh, and this is perhaps the worst time for the Blade Master to start this creep. But the AM actually is not looking for the aggression towards the Orcish base, but rather takes out the little turtles here in front. Alright, OrcWorker found quite a few good items. This Ogre Magi has a lot of good ones to offer. And the boots? Never bad. I would say best item in the game right there.
Well, on a very big map, in the early stage, I do agree. Gives you so much mobility and helps out to close some timing windows. In the main base, tier 2 not yet finished, but HawK is looking for level 3, which is not enough here though. Tech comparison almost done for OrcWorker. HawK slightly behind, and again an early war mill in the base.
That just seems to be his like style. How many grunts does he have this time? 3, right? Yeah. 3 grunts. And oh, this timing is so nice for HawK. May not be level 3, but arrives perfectly in time to delay the tier 2. This is really nice. And he's creeping up with Militia simultaneously. That should be his level 3, I think. His tier 2 is not yet done. But yeah, it's gonna be MK again. He's just too much of a fan of the dwarf.
Understandably so. There is a claw lying around now, both for good for both
A player's
first
forces
heroes.
are under attack.
Of course, a lot better for the Blade Master. And yeah, he did delay the buildings a little bit, but not by too much. And it's basically on par with the one Sanctum, still slightly ahead. Blade Master coming in for the Warrior. Could be another claw. He doesn't finish it. Okay, now he does. Invitation and Circlet, also nice.
Alright. AM moving back. Probably gonna
Player's forces are
regroup
under
with his
attack.
MK here. Grunts are already in position at the gold mine, but the water elemental scouts this. Oh, that's a very nice scout. Gonna wake up the creeps here before the SH is there.
Yes.
Pretty annoying. And the Blade Master, we were saying how well he can creep here. He did grab up quite a few nice items, but experience-wise, it's not that impressive.
Another footman lost. Due to the creeps, though. Shadowhunter is there now with 3 grunts, as orcs always are. But look at the red force of Russia making the way over to the northern starting position. And he sees that and evacuates immediately.
Good scout from the Blade Master. This already happened on AZ. This time he's going to look out for the early Creepjack coming in.
Super easy pickup for HawK now. With a huge item too. Possibly.
It's really nice. I like this play by HawK.
But he gets
But-
counter Creepjack now. But the Blade Master is far away. He lacks damage. He can't go for it. So yeah,
And
I
with the-
totally agree.
But with the blade here and the Walker coming in and the Raider, not yet ensnare, however. Oh, the SH in a bad position. He used the Scroll of Speed before. He has the heal wave first, though. So he should be fine here, I think.
Oh, but no Hex gets rid of so much map control early on. Usually you have to be scared of Ensnare and Hex, and now Ensnare is a little late and Hex is not available at all. That gives HawK a lot more freedom.
Yeah. And now it's gonna take so long until this SH is really scary. I guess same as the case for the MK. But yeah, HawK gets to creep up freely now. And I think he's okay with this.
Level 2 for the Shadowhunter, at least he got that. If he didn't get the item, then he got that at least.
The thing about TR though is, with just a couple of grunts, it's pretty easy to creep up the turtles on the back and they give so much experience. Is that where he wants to go, or does he actually want to be aggressive?
Again, we see the Sorceress Adept upgrade earlier than the Walker Adept upgrade. Which is quite interesting to me, but yeah, both are going for the consumables now. It is a very important match. The loser of this map is out, so you don't want to make stupid and foolish mistakes early on. You want to play it safe, and that's most likely when those matches happen that we go into a later stage. Heal scroll for OrcWorker, on the other side big healing.
Selling the boots of speed for that breaks my heart.
Big healing for the MK as well. Good for both heroes that there's a lot of single target damage in both armies.
But both here are hoping for the greater mana. That is just so damn powerful.
Oh, OrcWorker is looking for the creep jack. Mountain King gets the Scroll of the Beast. Also not that bad, but Dispel is now there, so the scroll is actually bad. Level 3 for the Shadowhunter though with that one kill. And that changes the fights for Orc a lot. But this opens up the red spot for HawK, right? Sends out an invisible footman to scout if the Orc is coming. But that's the only thing that he can do, basically, on that side of the map. So it must be the red spot. Orcs, of course, can do that easily as well with Raiders. They lure out the Lord. And
The Lord.
The Lord.
The Lord.
Lord 5-0.
I really like the scouting here from both. The peon for OrcWorker and the invisible footy for the other. Oh, he has backpack, by the way! But he's too far away to steal it.
Crystal Ball.
And where does he reveal?
He did reveal already.
Yeah, he revealed next, pretty much the Murloc camp. Next to the starting position. But sees it with a peon now where he is. Yeah, it was pretty predictable, as you were pointing out. The Cloak of Flames is pretty awesome on the MK.
Oh, you finally realized that.
It depends on the matchup, but it can
true.
be nice.
Yeah, if the Mountain King is close to any other units, that is 10 DPS AoE. That's pretty good. Of course, if he forces the Mountain King to stay back and close to his own priest, it's not that great. It doesn't do damage to the priest, but it's still not doing damage then at all. Robe of the Magi for the Shadowhunter though. He has not 700 mana to work with this game, but it's still decent.
Oh, he stole it! But the footy, he realized.
So he got it back. Nice little touch here.
Alright, who wants to look for the fight here? OrcWorker?
Both are.
Not yet in up. Oh, yes, he is in upkeep. Never mind.
HawK is level 4 and 3 again. Blade Master is once again super underwhelming. Don't hope for big crits. It's not gonna happen.
On Turtle Rock. Who would have thought?
On Turtle Rock.
He didn't really prioritize getting the Ogre Warrior kills too much. Alright, OrcWorker is retreating into a more open area. Finds himself in one right here. Blade Master taking quite a bit of damage. Already has to use the heal scroll on him. Scroll the Beast as well. Getting disenchanted pretty quickly, however. Blade Master is low HP. Will have to use an item here perhaps soon. He's very patient. There we go. Greater healing getting used right there. And look at the MK. It's burning all around him. And the Stormbolt finds another kill on the Raider as well.
HawK is doing a great job so far. Shadowhunter level 4 now. Blade Master still level 3. No critical strike level 2 if I'm not mistaken. But there's still a heal scroll. Mountain King a little bit out of position maybe. But he fights his way through. Has still the bigger invul. The bigger healing and the invul as well. Breaker falls, Archmage level 4, and have Wyvern coming in for damage. And what can he do against
the AM,
them?
where's the AM? Way too far in front. And he will have to TP.
That was good for OrcWorker. He had the supply lead. And
Players' forces are under
he
attack.
increased it even further. Still 2 consumables in the Mountain King's inventory. But HawK should have control over... Worker should have control over this now.
A little to the south of OrcWorker's army is also still left the Ogre Warrior. Ring +3 and Tome of Experience more so. Pretty nice here for him. Oh, SH is again getting close to level 5.
That's a problem for HawK, definitely. He's trying to level up to level 5. But it's quite a bit away still. Mountain King got Ring as well, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty nice on him. He gets healed all the time. A lot of value.
Well, since he's kind of a damage-dealing tank now, with
Yeah.
the Cloak of Flames, it's okay. No tier 3 on neither side. 62 for OrcWorker.
If
Good
this is
diversity.
if this is a greater mana here for OrcWorker, that's the dream.
Could be game as well.
Yeah, I don't want to say it so clearly, but it would be very, very good for him.
Went of mana stealing though. Also, decent dish.
Yeah.
It definitely gets rid of at least one Stormbolt.
That's what I was saying here. Down here, the Ogre Mauler, the Ogre Warrior dropped a clause of attack that could have easily been grabbed up by the Blade Master, but he didn't have the presence of mind to check down there. He would have been able to creep that in like half a second. But the Blade Master, once again, is not all that impressive, and we have almost crept all of Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
This is a bit unlucky, we have to say, for OrcWorker as far as his drops for the Blade go.
Shadowhunter is level 5 though. But HawK is calling militia. The police is running over. He knows exactly where his opponent is. This is... Was it Boots again?
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is bad. And now the position is bad as well.
Oh,
If the
the
breakers
AM?
can create a blocker line, but the Archmage is way too far up front. 138. Can he TP out of something? Invul potion. He doesn't have a TP. Evacuate as soon as possible. But he's blocked by the Blade Master. This is over. The Archmage dies to a critical strike.
And now with him dead, what can you do? The MK, by the way, passed over the Invul there, and that's just GG! And OrcWorker takes out HawK to move to the top 3.
HawK, man, like a bull running onto a red flag, didn't care about the Archmage's life at all, completely overcommitting and sacrificing his Archmage for no reason.
And that could have been such an awesome position.
The position was so great.
That is one of the narrowest chokes on all of TR. But he was getting so, impatient. You know, your Archmage, that's your quarterback. That's not the linebacker, dude. You gotta... That's not the offensive line. You have to have him protected in the back.
Yes.
But good job there by OrcWorker, realizing this so quick. Seeing the AM, going for him immediately. And there was a gift to him.
Yeah. This can happen. It was a very patient game by both, a very slow game by both. And at the end, this one stupid mistake just destroys the game for HawK. And he's out! He is qualified, though, for the second Western qualifier that we have in October still. But his chances for this time are gone. The second qualifier will be happening at October 21, by the way, and 22. That means the next open qualifier will be happening at October 14. So good luck then, HawK. And we are down to 2 orcs and 1 night elf. 1 night elf against them all, I would say. Foggy versus Cash. The loser will play OrcWorker. The winner will advance into the grand final. We will take a little break, and we're going to be right back to Warcraft with GCS Western Qualifier number 1.